All right. What is up, everybody?
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, this is Sinner and the Saint. This is episode, I believe it's episode 40, Chad. 40
Gonna be
episodes in. That's a Michelob Ultra. Oh, double fisting it. That's what the people love to see, Chad.
I'm like,
I, hey, I'm here with you, brother. I got an IPA and I got some red wine.
You're shitting on me with the IPA. Oh,
Yeah.
this and in honor, you guys out there, we'll probably have him back on soon, Mr. Bobby Curley. In honor of him, I brought out to the shop with me because I know he likes these. I have a photo of it. I can put it on a Sinner and the Saint page after this. But I brought it in a Truly because I have a photo of Bobby drinking this at the Log Inn in Elk River. He was drinking a
Wow.
Truly.
Are those sparkling ones?
Yeah, it's a hard seltzer. I don't know what
Hard
a
seltzer
is.
water.
Yeah,
it's like a sparkling water.
I only see chicks drinking them on the river. That's it. Only women. And they're like, they're great. And me and John go into the Log Inn in Elk River. And my cousin Ben's like, check this out. And it's Bob. He took a picture of Bobby drinking a Truly. I don't know, bro. Bobby's going to have to address this shit.
I can't handle those hard seltzers, or I'm just not into them.
What's a seltzer? Do you know what it is?
So are you familiar with the bubbly drinks that Pepsi puts out, and LaCroix and all those sparkling
like
waters
in general, or
carbonated waters are the thing nowadays. Instead of soda, people feel a little bit better drinking all the carbonated waters. And they have a bunch of different flavors. They have tangerine, key lime pie, and all these different really good flavors. And so now they're making them in Bud Light actually just put a commercial out today.
That's why I'm bringing it up. Like,
yeah.
Well, no, I was seeing them before. Like, they're going hard in on this seltzer thing, and I'm like, man, I don't know what the fuck the deal is.
I think that started with the water phase. You know, everyone's drinking those sparkling waters.
Dude, I'm gonna tell the fans right now. One, okay, I said it last time. I got a fire popping in the background. Two.
Man.
Dude, I've been like, me and Victoria driving home from my parents' house, right? And I'm like, babe, I don't know what the fuck it is, but I'm just farting like crazy. Oh, God.
You gassed yourself out, bro. I'm glad you have to sit in that studio. It smells great in mine.
Dude, I got a lot of airspace in here, and it's fucking thick, dog. Well, what happened is, so today's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Myrna.
So last night for the fights, you know, everybody was over, and we cooked steak, baked potatoes, some other shit, and then we put a bunch of hot dogs in the oven just for the kids and stuff. Well, we went over today for the games and my mom's birthday, and we fucking took all the hot dogs, warmed them up, made hella chili, and we had chili dogs. And I had 2 fucking chili dogs. So I'm sitting here wondering why.
Oh, yeah.
Rank as fuck.
Yeah,
man.
those chili dogs.
Oh,
brewing up in that fucking gut. Oh, man, Chad, I can't even imagine now.
Good eating, bro.
Thank God I'm not in there.
Next to me, just breathing it in.
Dude. So did you guys have like a big get together for the fights or anything?
It wasn't big, dude. It was perfect. There was like 12 of us or something. So
dude,
you know,
that's
my
perfect.
parents lived in, yeah. It was, dude. It was, and it was one of those nights that was just easy, good. Yeah, everybody was in a good spirits, and dude, the dinner was great, and fucking kids were all being good, and fucking, it was good, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, it was pretty chill at my place too. It was pretty chill.
Oh, you had them at your house there?
Yep, I ordered some pizza just like we always do, and fucking, you know, just got the fights on. It was the most chillest. I just had a great time overall. You know, all the fights were pretty good, I thought. You know, for the most part.
They were good. Yeah, fuck. I mean, we can just get into it, I guess.
We don't. Huh? We don't have to get into it yet. We can just bullshit for a little bit, you know.
All right, I'm not sure. I'm fucking go right into that motherfucker.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. We've already started.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can't just avoid it and then just go off, like,
dude.
You know?
So let's first start off and talk about our boy Anthony Pettis. We both had him to win. He goes out there and he gets choked, or
he got. Dude,
it was on his jaw.
And this whole, did you see the lawsuit thing that he's doing with USADA?
That you brought it up.
It's fucking because he said he cut his hand on the jar. That made me really dislike him, kind of. It's like, bro, you're gonna sue him because you shouldn't have had to touch the jar and you did, and you cut your finger. Like,
I mean, I think it's more of
no,
a prideful thing. Like, fuck you, Sada, and fuck all the bullshit that make me go through. I'm gonna try to get something out of him.
that. I mean, I'm just saying, it's just part of a sue happy world. It's like crazy, dude. Like, you're a fucking, you're fucking.
You're a badass UFC fighter. Why are you trying to sue?
You
people?
you're like, fuck. How can I get some money? Fuck these motherfuckers. I'm just gonna sue them. Like,
well,
wow, dude,
bringing that up, how do you feel about Chiesa suing McGregor?
That makes sense.
I mean, I feel like he's a fighter. Like, I mean, why not just get it done in the cage and make a shitload of money?
Well, I mean, dude, you're not going to draw that card with Conor. Everybody wants that card. But he legitimately, everybody on that bus should have been able to sue Conor. Straight up, dude. Like, it's fucking crazy. I mean, all the people that cut weight, everything. If that shit, if that, I mean, I guess this would speak to Pettis' point. If I went to a doctor's office and cut my finger on something they gave me, I'm sure I could sue them. But that's like, to me, that's still sue happy. It's like, look, you're a fucking idiot. You know, you cut your finger on, shit happens as an accident.
Pettis was on that card, right?
It was Pettis versus Chiesa on that bus, coincidentally. Yeah. And that's the lawsuit to me. I mean, Conor threw a fucking, if you were fucking in a city bus and some random dude threw a fucking bar stool through it and it broke glass and fucked you up, you'd be able to sue that guy. I mean, it's
okay. That's assault. You just validated that for me.
That's what I'm saying. Yet alone that it jeopardized his fight, cost him money, cost him all those things. And then like Rose Namajunas was literally like not
she
even. She
had like anxiety over that.
Yeah,
shit too.
She said she wasn't even trying to be famous about it. She didn't even want to talk about it. That it literally fucked her up.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I'm not one for the mental thing, but it's true. It happens to some people. I mean, so in that case, dude, I bet Chiesa.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a valid point right there.
Plus,
you know, if it was a random person,
he lives 2 hours away from me, and he could just fucking come down to the gym and beat my ass. So
yeah, you should try to get him on the podcast.
Austin Arnett, he's training with him for this camp in Abu Dhabi. I want to try to, I want to get Austin on. To be honest, he's fighting in Abu Dhabi January 31st, and then
that's tight.
But he might come on. Yeah.
Has he ever competed in anything like that before? Or?
What? Austin Arnett?
Yeah, in Abu Dhabi.
Not in Abu Dhabi, but he had 4 fights in the UFC. Yeah. So he did the Contender Series and the fights in the UFC. I don't know if he went like somewhere like Abu Dhabi yet or not, but it's badass. I forget which organization it is, but it's
cool. Is he fighting in Abu Dhabi or is he doing the Abu Dhabi tournament?
No, he's fighting in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Like fighting. Okay. I forget which cage promotion it is. Sorry, fucking Austin and everybody from this area. Yeah. I'm fucking horrible. I should have had this written down. But yeah, he's fighting out there, so that's fucking badass, dude. I hope he.
That's tight.
He's a local dude with a shitload of talent, dude. He was in the UFC before, and the thing with him, dude, is like if you've seen him train or you've seen him in the gym and you've seen him roll and all these things, it's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
When he's that guy in the cage, he'll win, like straight up. He's, you know, and it's just shit happens, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's like to that point, it's what makes fighters and all the people that competed at a high level that are even high level in the UFC respect Conor more. Mm-hmm. The fact that somehow, like, regardless of, you know, he just shines in the spotlight. Like, it makes him better.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. So that, the respect to that, just to be able to like, dude, I fucking embrace all this shit, kill it in interviews, walk in the octagon and back my shit up. Like, damn, dude, that's fucking.
Yeah,
that's a whole.
Not everyone can do that kind of shit. Yeah,
no,
it's
not
incredible.
Everybody can show up every time on fight night, like in, you know, yeah.
But going back to Pettis and his fight, I mean, I think Pettis looked a little off to me.
Yeah,
just something wasn't right. I don't know if it was ring rust or being at that lower weight or whatever it was, but something was definitely off.
I think Pettis is one of those guys where if he doesn't have like a true challenge in front of him, I think he's just like, Pettis is super fucking good, right?
Yeah.
Like, and he didn't see that dude as a challenge. He didn't give a fuck. And in his interviews, he kept talking about this lawsuit and everybody else was. So I think he was just looking past this dude like, damn, I'm just going to drop down to 55, start this fool. And then
that was actually my next point was I feel like he overlooked him definitely.
Yeah. Like
it just seemed like he didn't take him serious as an opponent, and that dude was ready to go. He was ready to make a name for himself.
Yeah, like, his fight against Wonder Boy, like, everybody thought it was stupid. Like, what are you doing going up to 170 and then for your first time and fighting fucking Wonder Boy? And then he knocks him out. So I think Pettis is one of those guys where he needs to have some fear in his body.
Yeah.
Against who he's fighting. And he's so talented that, he can get dormant. And that's what it looked like. I mean, it fucking looked like, we've all trained and we know there's weird ass chokes, and different guys with different squeezes can put you in a position, and it's like, fuck, it seemed like a quick tap, like an odd tap, but even afterwards, how do you say his last name again? Do you remember?
Gaia?
But he said that he lands out a lot in the gym from that side position like that. So obviously he's got a crazy squeeze on it. So I don't want to say nothing like that. It looked odd, but fuck, dude.
Yeah.
It was.
Whatever. It got the job done. I do think maybe Anthony was looking for a way out. At some point he realized, like, I'm not really getting enough done. Like,
dude, think about like a bad night in the gym.
Yeah.
Right. And you just know, like, fuck, dude, there's 40 minutes of training left. I have nothing in me.
Yeah.
Fuck this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you could see that in him where he's like, fuck, dude, he didn't have any spark in him, some fire.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to snap out of it and get pissed. And he's just
he definitely didn't look like he did during that Tony Ferguson fight where he's, got the blood, and, during Nate Diaz where he's just brawling it out.
Nate, he knew he was in for a fucking fight. Tony, he knew he was in for a fucking fight. He just didn't.
He just kind of didn't take this guy serious.
Didn't get pumped up, and then just starts getting dominated and held, and that just sucks the life out of you in the will. And I think that's kind of what we've seen. It's wild because, like I said, we all know how talented he truly is on the ground. And and shit. It just wasn't his night,
Where do you think he goes?
Exemplifies the truth of MMA. Like, fuck.
What's a fight that makes sense for him after this? To get back on track, to get a W under his belt. He's dropped 2 now recently to Nate Diaz
he's
guy.
Like with that, he's like, with his jump to 170 and his lackluster performances previous 155. Tony Ferguson was fun though, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the W. Then he goes up to 170. Spectacular knockout against Wonder Boy. Then goes against Nate. Gets beat. Fun fight, though. Now drops back to 155 and loses to this guy. He's, like, out of the rankings at this point. Like, nobody, if they say, okay, I got you a fight against Anthony Pettis, the opponent has to be somebody, like, unranked, trying to break. He's a gatekeeper now.
Yeah.
Like, Pettis isn't, like, there's not really a good super fight for him to fight up above him. Because he didn't win. So to me, it's gatekeeper status. It's like, okay, who's the next up and coming guy?
he's not a big enough draw to really, like hold anything down. So
that's what I mean. He just lost that. He just lost that with that fight. Like, opening card of the pay-per-view wasn't.
Do you see him going back to like prelim fights and shit like that? Like,
probably like a headline on a prelim. Like, I could see that. Yeah, I get your point.
Prelim main event or something like that.
Yeah, and then he's got to be a gatekeeper. Starch a couple dudes, and then all right, let's go back up in the top 10, top 8, top 5.
He's still real young though. He's got plenty of years left in him. He could go on another couple runs for a belt.
And it's his first time back to 55, so maybe he was sucked up. Maybe he was drained from the cut too. You know, I don't know, but I definitely don't see any promotional aspect to him right now, other than we got this up and coming guy, just like this dude he just fought again, and go, here's Anthony Pettis. Like, it's just now people get to make a name off Pettis. Yeah. Pettis ain't a money fight for anybody except for someone that doesn't have a name.
Yeah. And we both had Pettis on that one. I had him winning by I think submission. You had him by TKO.
Yeah, so I said switch kick the dude or whatever, but
and the funny thing is, you did text me after that, and you thought I had Homeboy on it.
I did. I was thinking like, fuck, dude, he fucking got me. Like, you're like, it's right? I'm like, well, I ain't saying shit, because I thought maybe since it's streaming, I'm like, maybe the fight's not fucking over yet. And Dave's like, hey, we're even. And I was like, fuck. Then he sent me the thing, and I'm like, oh, yeah. No, yeah, 0-0. Fuck, my God. It's fucking retarded. Dude.
I thought I was stupid. I looked over that thing like 4 or 5 times to make sure before I sent it to you.
Yeah, I just had him. I wasn't even looking at it.
Yeah.
And then Olenek and Green, right?
Well, then Claudia Gadelia and homegirl that she was fighting. She's 6 pounds over, 5.5 pounds over. So that's a no-go. But the fight they put on in place of that, I want to hear your thoughts, because homeboy came out all flashy and doing crazy shit, and the white dude whooped his ass.
Yeah, well, that's what I just heard it all going on. Somehow I got into the kitchen and was taking shots with Eva and totally missed the fight. I walked out and seen him guillotine the dude at the end right there, and I was like, oh shit. And they're like, yeah, that fucking guy deserves to lose. And I'm like, I don't know what happened, but okay. So, it
was a pretty good little fight in place of it. I liked the way it went. It was legit. It was a good one. And then let's talk about Olenek.
Yeah.
Okay, because that dude,
the old bear.
Yeah,
just an old bear, dude. Just fucking, he exemplifies like Russia as a country. It's like, fucking.
We don't want them hacking our podcast, bro. So be careful.
Dude, I love the Russians. I'm married to one, you guys, right? I know I domesticated one, and fucking she's an American citizen now, legitimately of her own free will.
Yeah.
Don't activate her to kill me.
But with Olenek, the guy he was going against was really holding it down, trying to get out of everything he could. Yeah. And the funny thing about it was, during that fight, Chris was over, and Chris goes, hey man, why doesn't that dude just squeeze him? Like, just squeeze him to death. And sure enough, he attempted to squeeze him.
Well, he submitted people like that before.
And he was close. He couldn't get that arm
well,
crossover.
That's the crazy thing about him, is he's done it without clearing the arm.
Yeah.
On that head and arm.
But I think how big Maurice Green was, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Maurice Green. Yeah.
I think he just had a little bit more space in there, and it would have probably worked if he would have crossed the arm up or something.
I think he did well, like squirming, like, and defending. And dude, because we all know you can't breathe. It's uncomfortable.
Oh,
that position is very horrible. Mm-hmm. And he got through it with that bear on him. But then,
and then he couldn't even hold up his hands in the second round, really, to throw a punch. He was just looping him up there, from the hip. Yeah. So it was real interesting. I'm surprised he came out of that with the W. I just thought with squeezing everything out.
Yeah, but that's what, like, everybody's like, he's burned, he's done now. I'm like, but that's how he fights every time.
Dude, that's crazy,
he's
man.
He's just like this bear that I'm just gonna, when I do squeeze you, I'm gonna squeeze something out of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Squeeze the life out of you. That's fucking insane,
his
man.
Strength and shit. That's what I'm like. I was making a joke. I was like, I go, you guys, you know what the crazy thing is? Like, I wonder how old he really is, because he fucking, I don't know if you've seen the UFC fight intro, but he said he's 28. And everyone's like, what? I was like, nah, but like, from Russia,
I think he's what, 42?
Dude, he's fucking, I don't know. He's over 40. I know that. I thought he was around 50, to be honest. Like,
I'm pretty sure they said he was 42.
I bet that's a lie. There's a lot of people, like other countries, dude. It's not even like they're lying on purpose. They don't really know how old they are. Like, they get born. It's not like it's a big hospital birth. Like, it's still kind of old world in certain parts and villages and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, how old do you think Victoria really is?
How
old do you think the Queen really is?
Old enough.
Right.
That's it. I think she like a fine wine.
Yeah.
She just starts tasting better and better and better.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
That's a good answer right there.
I got like an opiate addiction to that woman.
It's a drug I can't put down.
So you've been around us, right? So
yeah.
I have this thing. I started this like a week before New Year's or so, but like I realized how out of hand I got with like grabbing her tits and grabbing her ass and stuff. Like to the point where like we're like in a grocery
How did
store.
you realize it?
I don't know. She's just like, I don't know, because I've been doing it for so long. I just realized, like, damn, dude, like, I think it was just me, myself. Like, she's like, honey, kids around. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I didn't even realize I grabbed her butt or something. You know what I mean? There's like hella kids around, we're picking Axel up from daycare. Yeah. I'm like, fuck,
Giving them a show.
Yeah. It's like, I just see her boobs and just grab them, dude. I'm just happy. I'm just excited. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. So like around the house, everything, dude. Like I don't grab her butt or boobs no more unless she specifically like asks me. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah,
dude, I started catching myself so much, like I realized all the temptations, everything. That's
yeah,
been
you're about
wired
to
in my
do
body
it. Yeah.
all the time,
The
time.
Yeah.
It's bad, dude. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, baby, I just want to get back to treating you like a lady. Like, I don't want to, it's truthful too. Like, I don't want it in public. Like, you know, like we're hanging around somebody and like drinking with an old couple or something, or just chilling. And I'm just like grabbing her boobs and stuff. Cause
yeah,
I never thought about how somebody might think of her or nothing. I was just like, that's my woman.
yeah. Yeah, that's what you get to do, right?
That's mine. That's mine.
Yeah.
That's mine. Like if we were fucking elk in the forest right now.
Nothing
like,
wrong with that. Yeah, that's my elk right there. Yeah.
Fucking fight.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me with my antlers, you guys. Fucking up more than one bull at once. For those of you that weren't looking, I was yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that. Remember that Mountain Dew commercial with the Rams?
No, I don't.
Dew and oh my God, it was the best commercial ever, bro. It was like the start of the Super Bowl commercial, fucking like being huge. So he drinks a Red Bull and he's in the snow up on the Rocky Mountains. He's like, and he looks at a ram and then the ram's kicking. He starts kicking and he just goes boom, head to head with the ram and drops the ram. And it's like, do the do. You know what I'm saying? It's like my spirit animal.
Damn, that's pretty sick. I don't remember that. I don't know why.
I can't believe that.
What year was that? Give me a year at least.
You gotta Google it.
I gotta Google it.
I don't know what year. I was at DuPont.
Long time ago. So then the next fight after that was good old Holly Holm.
Fucking boring.
Well, yeah, but so she's trying to
learning. Delicious.
What you got going on?
It's acid blondie, dude. Little bro Paul got me these cigars.
Nice.
Got me a whole setup when we were down there for Allie's wedding a year ago. And
nice.
I'm finally smoking this one. Oh my God, it tastes delicious. Sorry guys.
There you go.
Acid blondie for those of you that aren't watching.
Cigar buffs out there.
I'm smoking. Yeah. I've just kind of dedicated my Sunday night now to the podcast and drinking a little bit. You know, I'm getting up working out every morning. You know.
Nice. Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's you can't, if you're getting up and you're running, you're working out, you're doing your thing, you're going to work every day, you're coming home, you're seeing your family, you know, what bad can you say, man? You got everything you want. I've been smoking these CBD joints all day today. And I'm trying.
What's
I'm
the CBD? What do you mean a CBD joint?
So I'm glad you asked.
Like no THC in it? Or?
No THC. It's all CBD. So it doesn't get you high, but it just relaxes the shit out of you.
I bought some CBD oil.
Yeah.
A couple days. Yeah.
Bobby has some balm for his knee that he's been trying too. But is it the oil that you drop under your tongue?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Liposomal. I got it's 16 milligrams per droplet. I don't know how big the droplet thing is, but that's where she told me to start. And it was fine. But the problem is, John worded this very well. And I'm sure a lot of the listeners will relate. It's like taking kratom, right?
Yeah.
Take kratom. It's a little bit of opium, but you get high. You get a high out of it.
Yeah.
You know, and you could say, no, I don't feel that anymore, but I feel fucking good, and I know it kicked in.
Yeah.
Problem with the CBD with no THC in it, which I don't fucking smoke weed anyway, but I'm like, I take it and I'm like, nah, I'm not aching, but I'm like, but how do I know it's working?
Yeah.
There's no high attached to it. There's no feeling of elation. I'm just it's doing exactly what it said it's supposed to do. This is weird. I'm supposed to have some kind of side effect. Am I going to be constipated? Am I going to shit myself? Am I going to be high? Something it's so pure the way it works, so simple. I'm like, this is boring. I haven't even taken it anymore because I'm like, yeah, I'd rather ache and feel something than not feel nothing and be like, whatever. I'm not going to pay to just.
I feel fine.
Yeah, if I'm buying something that's gonna numb me, I should get a high out of it too.
Right. I agree.
Right? If I'm taking something, I'm not trying to fucking just
It's
not, like,
so
feel
it's
something.
like if you had a Vicodin and you took it and it just took the pain away. It didn't get you high at the
Boring.
same time. Like,
Dude,
who would be taking? They're called ibuprofens.
you wouldn't get addicted. You wouldn't get addicted like, wow, I'm addicted to not feeling anything. No, it doesn't happen. Dude, John comes up. Dude, we're in the office, right?
Yeah.
The listeners out there, John's one of my best friends, business partner, and he used to have he got all of us into kratom because he used to be addicted to Vicodin and he used kratom to get off it. And I'll tell you this, the motherfucker's been taking kratom straight. He buys kilos of the powder and then makes his own pills, and it's way better than what you buy in the stores because you're making it yourself.
Yeah.
And you make it stronger or whatever. It's not diluted in any sense whatsoever. But and since he started taking it, his life's only got better for 5 years. So can't say there's any negative side effects at all.
Yeah.
Right. So he got me taking it, and so that's how he quit Vicodin. Well, we're in the office, and he comes over. He's like, "Man, took some Excedrin." I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, they give me that taste in my mouth. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like, no, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. He's like, when you take Vicodin, like I like take 8 or 10, Norcos or something like that, and you fucking just take them, and then you get that taste like magnesium or something in your mouth. You know what I mean? And like when you taste that, like, okay, I'm about to be high pretty soon. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, I know. He's like, well, I took 3 of these Excedrin, and I'm getting that taste, but I'm not getting high. But I taste it.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're speaking of my fucking head. I never in my fucking life swallowed any amount of pills. Like, oh yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't taken more than 3 or 4 at once. I mean, I don't know how many you're supposed to.
Well, he was up to like 30 a day. You want to talk about money? Fuck, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, I just imagine shit like, dude, those things stop you up bad. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, this fool's like, his bowels are like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't get it. I swear to God, I tell him all the time because, he takes kratom. Like, I'll take a kratom, bro, and I'll be fucking constipated. Like, it fucks me up, dog.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I gotta stop taking them to shit, bro. Okay, for the listeners out here, you wanna know the truth? You wanna know what fucking kratom does to me? This fool steals shit every day. I fucking start taking kratom for like weeks, and like, ooh, I feel good. I'm motivated. Fucking working hard. We're out in Pullman, fucking sweating our ass off. It's like, you need something to get through it, right? So then I'm telling Victoria, like, we go fucking outside. I'm fucking, goddamn, dude, babe, I can't shit. I'm fucking backed up. Fucking all this, that. Fucking, we're on a rafting trip. I still can't poop. We're in the hotel. I can't poop. We go to the store, look for suppositories, can't find them, come back. I'm like, first thing I'm fucking doing is getting a fucking suppository. I never fucking had a suppository, but I'm fucking getting one because I'll do anything to get some fucking shit out of my body right now because I've put on 6 pounds. I know how much I've ate and I haven't shit. Something is fucking wrong. So, dude, I go and I get the fucking suppository, right? And I'm looking at it, read the directions. Okay, right? Fuck it, whatever. So I spit on it, and I'm fucking sitting on the toilet. And I'm like, and I'm like poking it up my butt, dude. And like, so I get it up there. And I'm like, fuck. I start pulling my finger out. And like, dude, the suppository comes right out with my finger. I'm like, fuck, man.
Oh,
fuck.
My God.
So like,
my God.
So I go back in there. I'm like, you gotta go deeper. And I go deeper. Oh, fuck. I'm like, dude, this burns, dude. And like, I got fat fingers, yo. And I had to go like fucking past second knuckle deep, dog. Up in my butt, dude. I'm fucking like, oh my God. And it fucking, I pull it out and it stays in there. And it, dude, my asshole is on fire, dog. And I'm like, fuck. And it says you gotta wait 15 minutes before trying to poop, dude. I literally am sitting on the couch.
You gotta let the medicine do its thing.
Dude, I'm like sweating. And she's like, what's wrong? I was like, my ass hurts so. Well, I realized why it burned so bad, bro. I didn't think about like spitting or lubing my finger, dog. So like that's what I realized. I'm like, dude, I just dry fingered my butthole, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it hurts so bad. I'm sitting there on the couch just clenching my butt cheeks. I'm not letting this motherfucker. I went through fucking hell to get this bitch in there. It better work, dude.
Oh God,
I go to the fucking. I'm 15 minutes on the dot, dude. I'm clenching my ass cheeks, dude. I walk into the fucking toilet and I sit on that motherfucker, and I'm like, and it's like, bloop. I look down, and it's like a marble and fucking 3/4 of the suppository. I'm like, you motherfucker, dude. It didn't do nothing, dog. It didn't do nothing. I'm like, I just fucking dry fingered my asshole for a fucking marble and turd. Like, I could have just fucking went through hell another way. Dude, it fucking sucks, bro. I was like, you know what the thing is? I bought the cheap brand. I didn't want to spend $3 more on like a name brand suppository. I went cheap on it. Fucking, I've seen ones that were fucking pretty lewd, dude. And I didn't get them.
Chad, you're gonna give me a heart attack, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Suck, dude.
Oh, I can't breathe, man. I'm trying to breathe over here. I got tears in my eyes.
But someone out there has felt that pain, dude.
You want my suppository story, Chad?
Yeah, I want it. I'd feel a lot more comfortable if you shared a suppository story too. I couldn't get that out.
Oh. So this is my deal. So I just had my second shoulder surgery, and I'm getting pretty much an unlimited amount of Vicodin. You know, it was a serious surgery, and I'm in some bad pain, so I'm taking them quite a bit. I'm taking, I'd say, 2 to 3 of them every 4 to 6 hours, like legit. But anyways, a couple weeks in, I notice I haven't shit. And I'm like, it's been like a few days. I haven't been eating as much, I know, but I still have not taken shit. Like, this is bad.
You start paying attention, right? You start to notice.
Yeah.
Going in, nothing going out.
Nothing coming out. There, I mean, and then you start to feel a little different, you know? You start to feel like, I don't know, I would get like almost like a weird anxiety feeling, like something ain't right. You know, like
just how many were you like, oh fuck, I feel like I got a shit, and then you sit on the toilet and just
nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
That's fucking anxiety for you.
Yeah. And so one day I was at Greg's house recovering from my surgery, and they had some family thing going on, and me and Bobby had to take off. And so we took Ranger's dad Juno on a walk around the neighborhood. And as we're going on the walk, I look at Bobby and I just start fucking sweating like profusely. And I'm like, dude, I was like, I have to fucking shit bad, man. Like, this is a uncomfortable pain, Bobby. And he's like, well, go somewhere. And I'm like, dude, I really can't. Yeah. And so I went back to the house, and I'm trying and nothing. So call it my dad. I tell him what's going on. He's like, all right, I'll be over in a little bit. So he comes over and he drops off a suppository, like some prune juice, some tea or something, like, like all kinds. Whole fucking concoction. Yeah. And so I was trying to be all sneaky about it, right, and not let anybody know. And then fucking Bobby tells Greg's mom, and Greg's mom's like, so you haven't shit in a while? And I'm like, no. So I was like, it's all right. My dad just brought me some suppositories. I'm gonna be all right. She's like, all right, well, here you go. And she hands me a glove and a thing of like Vaseline. And she's like, here you go. And would have done that to me. And I was like, well, I don't really know if I could shove anything up my ass. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing this. And she goes, well, if you don't do it, honey, I'm gonna do it for you. And so I'm like, there's no way. I'm 25 years old or whatever it was. No way I'm gonna let Greg's mom shove anything up my ass. Dude, I got so excited right now. I'm like, oh my god. Fuck, tell me that happened. So whatever, the whole household at this time knows I haven't shit, and I'm about to put a suppository up my ass. So I go in the bathroom, and I'm in there for like 20, 30 minutes, versus trying to come to terms with the fact that I got to shove something up my ass to make something come out. It just made no fucking sense to me.
Looking for your prostate in between.
I mean, whatever. So I get the glove on, I put whatever I had to. I'm in the middle of shoving this thing up my ass, dude, and Bobby bangs on the door and goes, hey, Dave, you better not be liking that. And I just like, I couldn't do it. Took me hella long. Finally, I shoved that son of a bitch up there. I waited about 20 minutes and I still felt like fine. Like I didn't have to like just run to the toilet or anything. But
did it work?
Yeah, it finally worked. It took me a while still.
You bought name brand.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
You never buy store brand, bro. They say it's the same. They say there's the same ingredients, but it's watered down.
Mine was store brand, bro. It was like a generic white box, dog. Like,
dollar store suppositories.
Might have been, bro. I don't know. I thought I was saving $1.
You know, I always see those like at the dollar store. I see like packs of condoms and stuff, and pregnancy test, and I always like, bro, man, that is insane. If you really trust a dollar store condom.
That's what I'm saying. Discounts on condoms scary.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost you a lot more money.
Yeah. How come they charge $8 and you're charging $1? There's just something not right there.
They got like, it's like this, like overstock.com, or like this store had these for this many years. Like basically like you got like a day to use this condom per, it could have expired. I don't know. Put the fucking on terms of dust. I don't know. But I've been there and looked at it, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I think about that too. Like I see like mac and cheese on the shelf. I see condoms. I'm like, I'll eat the mac and cheese, but I ain't using the fucking rubber. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the mac and cheese is safe. But the condom,
you can't go wrong with mac and cheese, man.
It's good. That's what I mean. I'm like, it made me like rethink. I'm like, I'm always like for any of your noodled goods.
Let me ask you,
noodled goods, top ramen, all that shit.
But let me ask you, say you wanted to go get a pregnancy test for your girl. Okay. Would you rather go buy one for $20 or 20 of them for
one for 20.
The same price. Yeah.
I don't want fucking 11 to 9. Like 11 of them say yes, 9 of them say no. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that's
dog.
what I'm saying,
give
bro.
Me just one solid fucking answer, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to know. Like I want to see that 99.9% accuracy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, how accurate do you think those things are? That'd be a hell of a YouTube video, like go and compare the pregnancy tests.
I don't know, man. That's scary as fuck, though. Like, no, honey, don't worry, I'm not pregnant. Fuck yeah, girl.
Yeah.
How the fuck you fat and crazy?
Yeah. Or you get your girl one, she takes it, and you find out like 6 months later, like you've already dipped out. You got a new girlfriend by this point,
You change your phone number, but...
delete your Facebook.
I'll never forget. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish that.
Yeah. We'll just skip on. So Holly Holm.
Holly Holm and Raquel Pennington.
She's developed a new fighting style. It's called boring. And it consists of her holding girls against the cage and not taking them down.
Did you see Dana White's interview on that? It was fucking hilarious.
I watched parts of it, but
dude, he was talking about the ref, and he goes, I'm fucking sitting there.
I did hear that.
Ref lets him hold it 4 minutes. He goes, and the motherfucker, I like the guy, so I don't want to beat him up, but I'm just fucking saying. He's in there jumping around.
He was nice
like
about
there's a fucking war going on, and I'm sitting there going, what fucking fight are you watching? Yeah. I was like, oh shit, dude, Dana's gangster.
That was hilarious.
I love it.
Yeah.
You're right,
and he was. I'm Amanda.
Sick, flu, cold.
So check this out. So Amanda being a teacher, she's always fucking got a little cold or something.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I even text Bobby like, probably don't bring the kids by. Amanda's not feeling too well, something like that. And I'm starting to feel like she gave it to me. I'm so mad. I sleep in the other room when she's sick. I'll like fall asleep on the couch, and like I just don't. I hate being sick, man. So when she's sick, I'm like, you got it. And then when she goes to work, I'll spray the Lysol all over the bed and all over the pillows.
I try to. Yeah. It sucks, man.
Yeah. It's bad.
It sucks. All right.
Yeah.
Fucking. So who had what? Oh, I won. I won.
Holly Holm, right? You won that bet because she did go to a decision with the most boring fight in the world.
Yeah.
I thought she was actually going to head kick somebody or do something cool.
And that's it. That's the card. I won.
That's the card. No.
That was it. That was it. That was it.
Let's get to this main event because I
What?
was
No,
calling it. I posted something on the Center and the Saint page for all of our listeners, and I threw out my opinion last minute. I said, hey, guys, I'm not even a Conor fan because I wanted to establish that I don't really like Conor that much.
I wish that, like, when we shared it, all the comments were on the same thing, but my share had a line of comments. My mom's share had a line of comments.
Yeah.
Center and the Saints share had a line of comment, or Center and the Saints post. They weren't combined, but yeah.
But, I'm not a big Conor fan, but there's just something, the way he looked at that weigh in, his shoulders were so big. Well, who knew they were going to be a factor in the fight?
I didn't know. Like, for me, it wasn't size. Like, every analyst, everybody said the same thing. If Cowboy makes it through the first or second round, then it's probably his fight. And the crazy thing was so many interviews with Cowboy were before anybody would say something, the weigh-in, dude. Victoria was with me with the weigh-in. Joe Rogan goes, how you feel about tomorrow night? Blah, blah, blah. And the first thing that's out of Cerrone's mouth is, yeah, everybody says the big fights don't show up. This is as big as it gets. So Cowboy's coming. And I'm like, damn, bro, you're already in your own head.
Yeah.
All that was on his mind is he doesn't show up for the big night, but he's gunning. Like, that's never a good sign when all somebody's thinking about is their own weakness. And dude, I mean, not even like, dude, maybe he was game that night, but I mean, Cowboy, every time he's lost, someone blitzed him.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, fuck, dude, Conor just fucking, I mean,
was he shooting?
Like that,
is that what he was going for when Conor ran at him? Was he?
It
he
looked
dipped down
like
a little
he could have
bit.
been. He was definitely dipping and might have been going to take him down, like just dip and take him down or grab a single. It looked like that.
Yeah.
I mean, then Conor, those shoulders and stuff. I mean,
there was like four of them that landed real smooth and just.
And when you see the replay, dude, Conor like barely missed that left hand.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It looked like it just kind of took the hair on Cowboy and then boom. Like, it was crazy. Like, I didn't recognize that night. This morning I was watching replays. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, dude, it's just, and people that are thinking it's a fixed fight, are you out of your fucking mind? Like,
no way.
There's a lot easier ways to lose a fight than fucking forward shoulder butts in the face and a fucking head kick and then get pounded. Like,
if there's a fixed fight, it's going to be a choke or something easy to do, not a fucking knockout like
I mean, and his face and shit afterwards, and you see Cowboy, and Cowboy's the last dude on earth that I would ever think would take a fixed fight. And they were talking about it before the rumors and shit. It's like, dude, that's not it.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to believe that Conor can beat anybody. Like, that's how mad he made certain people.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, dude, his interview afterwards, like, it makes you be a fan of him. Like, fuck, dude. Like, he didn't talk hella shit afterwards. He started like they were baiting him on the Khabib's manager and Usman's all and he was like, oh, and then he's backing out like fuck. Yeah. And then whatever happened in that fight, he said it before that he wanted to get rounds in with Donald. He was saying that though, like maybe that was a head game thing, but I don't think it was, because afterwards he's like, man, I'm definitely not where I was. He was honest with Rogan in the cage. He's like, I'm not where I was. I want to get some time in. And, and then in the interview afterwards, he's like, I don't care who. And think about being Conor. You don't care who, because you're getting paid, dog, no matter what. You don't have to fight. Money. You don't have to fight up anymore. You are up. You're at the top. So, like they said, the only one with star power that he's flat out saying, like, I think by him not saying a name, flat out tells you that he's not necessarily the old Conor, because he's at the top. He doesn't have to call a name. And he's saying, I just want to spend time in there. He just wants a fight. So that would be fucking smart, dude. If you're his coach or his manager, it's like about fucking time. Just fight, get like the Khabib fight. He just comes back after hell long and just fights Khabib. And they know he was drunk, and he's.
Do you think that was a good? Do you think that was a good enough warm-up fight for Conor?
Fuck no. I think he knew it. Like, and he felt a certain way that he flat out said, like, I just want to get more time in here.
Yeah.
He like whatever he felt, he's admitting he wants some more time in there. Like, he doesn't want to just go, Jorge Masvidal has been active as fuck. Like, dude, if Jorge's going to wait for a fight, let that fool wait. Like, if I was playing the chess games, like, fuck that. I'm going to get paid $3 more million to fight whoever. Because like Dana said, in the conference. Conor versus that cameraman is a big fight. If Conor fights, he's getting paid, and they're getting pay-per-views. They don't give a fuck, dog. So if Conor is willing to fight every 2.5 months and just fight whoever,
dude, that'd be crazy,
Conor
right?
makes hella money. UFC makes hella money. Conor gets a bigger fucking star, and then
whoever he fights makes hella money.
Yeah, me and Bobby were talking. It's like, dude, if fucking Masvidal, like, if you could play it right, you got Woodley fighting not Neil Mag. I keep forgetting who the fuck he's fighting. Who's the stud that he's fighting?
He's fighting
not Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
who he's fighting.
So he's fighting him, so that's a contender fight against Usman. I mean, dude, but you could have like that happen. You could have Masvidal fight. If Masvidal fought Usman, Woodley fights Leon Edwards, and like if Nate wanted to re-enter the picture, put Nate versus Colby Covington, right? At 170. Let fucking Khabib and Ferguson fight. Let Conor fight somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Let him fucking just smoke
almost
somebody.
like a tournament style,
and then,
right?
Let it all happen, since a lot of fights are lined up. Line up some other shit, and then see after that happens. See, is Conor going for 170? Like, but Dana's pushing the Khabib fight hard.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Khabib fight is it's like the Nate fight. Conor versus Nate Diaz, the trilogy, can happen at any time. Either one can win. Either one can lose. They can rematch. There's no belts, and it's going to sell like crazy and be huge. So they don't need to book that in a hurry. The Conor and Khabib fight, truthfully, it's the same. They can fight anytime, and it's going to be enormous. And if Tony wins, it's a better fight for Conor than Khabib. So it's like, okay, now fight Tony, and then if you get that belt, rematch Khabib.
So I have a theory. I have a theory. I think that, there's not really a ton of people for Khabib to run through that are interesting at 55. So he kind of wants Conor to stick around 55. There's, it gives that division more of legitimacy. Yeah. 170.
You got Gaethje chilling there, bro.
170 has the whole BMF, controversy. They have Nate Diaz. They have Conor that could go up there. So, 170 is kind of cool, but I think he wants to keep 155 one of the stronger weight divisions.
I mean, too, and 170 is cool, but the only star power there is Masvidal, former 155er, and Nate Diaz, former 155er. Mm-hmm. The other fights are just fights. If he fights Usman, it really doesn't matter. If he fights with any of those guys, it really doesn't matter. It's just a risk. But he can get that third belt, and that's what's in his mind, that third belt. Yeah. But it's like, the interesting thing is all those other fights play out. And even if Covington and Nate don't fight, that's whatever. But that's just, they both come off a loss, and then it gives them a point to be back up in that top 5. They're both like staying relevant. So you could book that to keep them both way up there. And if Conor fought Gaethje, let this shit play out. And Gaethje's still waiting to fight. Gaethje's waiting for a title. So give Gaethje. Dana says, I need to touch back base with Gaethje. So like if Conor fought Gaethje, it's a good, like,
that's a good fight.
Exactly, dog. And then Gaethje can say, Gaethje's getting the money fight. He can't complain.
Yeah.
He's like, I keep getting skipped for the fucking title. Fine, Gaethje, here's Conor.
Yeah.
Let fucking Khabib and Tony fight. And then that's the other thing they're saying is like,
a lot of people are doubting that Khabib-Tony fight's going to happen, man.
I know. I think it does this time, though. I think
it does. I think it's the most jinxed fight of all time. It doesn't go down.
Well, it's already the most jinx fight of all time. They proved it. No fight's been that many times not went through.
Yeah.
Yet alone the amount of fights that Khabib hasn't made because of injury, and then the amount of fights Tony hasn't made because of injury. Outside of them fighting each other.
Yeah. So, How do you think that fight plays out?
I don't have a clue. Like,
I just have a hard time seeing Khabib lose that belt to Tony.
Tony's I have a hard time seeing Khabib lose, bro. Like, to me, it's like, that's exactly what we'd have to see is Khabib lose. In other words, like, Khabib is no longer Khabib.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If Khabib shows up himself and does what he does, I don't see people beat the moment. I mean, unless he gets clipped. Like, Khabib is.
He does get in some bad exchanges.
He gets touched.
Where his hands are down. Yeah.
And I think like
Iaquinta had a pretty good exchange with him a couple times. He got up. But there's really no one that's done hella damage to him.
No. Like, he got clipped by Michael Johnson. That's it.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Connor's timing's there, then maybe that's a different game, because, it might be boring. Who knows? Connor might just wait. And then when Khabib comes in, try to clip him, so.
Yeah. One of the interesting things.
Ferguson could be on.
Yeah. One of the interesting things about Connor with this fight is he actually met up with Tony Robbins before. If you watch that Ariel Helwani interview, the one that was like 45 minutes, he talks about how he had Tony Robbins and
who did?
Conor McGregor.
Oh.
It's kind of getting back on track. Now, have you ever been to a Tony Robbins seminar or seen?
No, I just know who he is and seen his stuff. And I've had a lot of people like send me stuff about him.
Yeah. So, I mean, his public speaking, that's all cool, but you really got to see the guy in person to really experience what it's all about. Yeah. I went to a real estate wealth expo or real estate wellness expo or something like that. Uh-huh. And he was one of the main speakers, and he did a 5-hour speech. He goes, I've never done this in less than 3 days, but I'm going to cram everything from 3 days into 5 hours. How does that sound? And dude, it's intense, breaks, bro.
Right? Like, you got to fucking get out of there and go back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when he's going, I mean, it's kind of like you stand up, you sit down, you kind of chill for a little bit. And then all of a sudden he controls the energy in the room. That's what it's all about.
Well, if everybody follows him, that's what'll happen. Yeah. That's the point of it.
But yeah, what he's teaching you is how to control your energy, how your expressions on your face can control how people perceive you and just everything. He goes real deep into it. And yeah, dude, it was pretty intense, man. You'll see people, they're jumping up and down, they're talking to random strangers, they're hugging people. We saw people kissing. We were like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, dude, it's the whole
He teaches you how to control the energy, and I mean, he just goes into his whole little spiel where how many people he's helped. He goes into certain stories about people that have wanted to commit suicide and how he's never actually lost anybody. Anybody that's ever called him or reached out to him, they've never actually done it. So it's something he's proud of, and he's got an amazing story, and he'll get into it. But the thing about it is, after we went to this little sales seminar, this real estate thing, I came back and I sold every call I was on. I mean, my closing ratio was insane.
That shit is real. Like, if you want it to be.
Yeah.
And that's where everybody fucks up. It's like the hypnotist thing, right? Mm-hmm. To be honest, if you go to a hypnotist, and you see people doing weird shit, I've tried to be hypnotized, right? But it doesn't work. Now, not like by a sports psychologist or something where it's just me and him, but on stage there's hella people. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, like, I can know that I looked at myself and was like, I didn't really want to be hypnotized. I didn't want to be made a fool up there. Now, I did do everything he said and concentrated, but there's a reluctancy in the back of my mind where I don't want to. Like, I did not want to. I know that my will and who I am is not going to let this fool fucking. I know that deep down. Now, I tried and I thought I was committing, but I know that I wasn't willing to. And the point of all that stuff and that information and synergy and being with people around you and different people, how they harness that stuff, is that you have to want it. And when you walk away from something like that and you wanted to learn and you did, maybe you didn't want to learn, but you heard one thing in 5 hours that fired you up and you just focus on that one thing, you're going to carry that energy into the next thing. You're going to carry it. And that's what I say is like, ride the wave. Yeah. And then you start to run out of that wave. You start to run down. And then you go back to normal. It's like, fuck, what's it? I need that high. And what it teaches you is that outside of the drugs or the alcohol or the party or anything, is that it's a high. And there's a part of that that's related to socially speaking with one another and engaging with one another, and hormones and endorphins that are released in our bodies from just engaging specifically one-on-one. There's a reason why sometimes you go to the bar and you forget that you're not drinking and you start dying laughing and having fun. Yeah. It's because technically, if you were able to not be apprehensive in an atmosphere full of strangers and talk to people, you would find yourself laughing and having fun. So the bar scene that is so attractive is what the alcohol does is it loosens you up enough to actually, begin to assimilate, begin to talk to other people, begin to engage in other people, and you get high off interaction with other people. It's just that almost all of us need alcohol to do so. I mean, you see those guys that don't drink, and they're like, and you're like, this dude's fucking crazy.
He's weird.
But if you get drunk, you're like 20 times crazier than that guy.
Yeah.
It's
and
the
it's just
same
normal.
Person. Yeah. I mean, now alcohol to take you over that level, drugs to take you over that level. But all in all, that's what happens with people. It's like some people start doing coke or something. They're like, damn, only way I can talk to girls is doing coke, and they get hooked on coke. I've had other friends that were like that. They're like, dude, the only time I can hit on chicks is like that coke gives me the confidence or something. So everybody's got their own little ticks and what they do. And that seminars like that are teaching you that, look, you don't need a substance to awaken that energy and that synergy within you. Like, it exists. Like, you jump up, you jump down, your heart rate raised. You get up, you do jumping jacks. There's a reason you warm up for your exercise. There's a reason all this stuff is that your body is chemically balanced to do that, but you have to get your blood flowing. You have to reach out. You have to connect with somebody.
And that's what he goes into a lot. And what was crazy was when the first night after we left the Tony Robbins seminar, we went out to one of those like Benihana type restaurants where they cook in front of you.
Yeah, that was tight. I like that.
And there was only two. It was only me and Jay. So the table was full of just random couples, right? Yeah. There was like a family of people, and then there was a couple, and then there was a couple of young kids. And we were sitting there, and there was this lady fighting with her sister at the table, made the whole table feel hella awkward. Yeah. Right. And so we're like, me and Jay are looking at each other, and he goes, dude, just like Tony Robbins, we got to control the energy in the room. And so we started like, cheering on the cook and, having him do tricks and getting everyone involved and introducing ourselves. And dude, we changed the whole energy on that table. Everyone was hugging at the end. Everyone was like, oh, it was such a pleasure to meet you. And,
dude, that's the principle is like, be contagious or be contained. Yeah. And where are you going to be? And it's like when somebody, you go, fuck, this person's always a downer. Like when, like, within myself, like our company and the environment and like who I am, like when I'm fucking pissed, dude, like it makes everybody uneasy. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm so exuberant that unfortunately it translates to that. So you have to see it in yourself. Like you said, you guys took fucking control of the environment. Yeah. You're like, okay, I can be a victim of this person's energy. I don't give a fuck what people say. That shit's real as fuck.
It's like, real.
I don't give a fuck if you meditate or if you don't do that and you think, oh, that's all you're crazy as fuck.
We're wired that way. It's just
when you're constantly around complainers and fucking pessimists and all this shit. That's part of different demographics and different cultures is they're stuck in saying, I can't. And then you get around a new group of people saying, I can't. Do it. Look at extreme sports in general, bro. People, they split off and they're like, when they get around other people that are good and trying and telling you to go for it, you fucking get pumped up, you fucking go for it. Yeah. And then you fall and you're around somebody that's like, dude, you fucking suck. You feel bad. But if you're like,
you get hella down
and try again, you get up and you fucking try again.
Exactly.
And that's everything.
Think of it like jujitsu. Have you ever been in a jujitsu practice where there's two guys going at it and you guys are rooting the other ones on, or, hey, make sure you shrimp out to the left, or, and you see them fighting so much harder and you see them actually doing the moves where before they probably would have gave up.
That's what we're attracted to in the cage, dude. Bobby's like, dude, do you get like fucking shaky and shit, fucking like pumped up? And I'm like, yeah, dude. And he's like, what do you think? I'm like, that's probably why we fought. Because we love it so much, dude. Like, it's so much in our blood. And like, as fans, everybody gets in that synergy, fucking do the wave, let's go, Connor, let's go, like, or any football game or baseball game or massive groups of people, dude. And you hear everybody talk about the people that are performing, that are making that walk. They feel that fucking energy, Yeah. So it's all real, man. And it's been proven, like science now. Everything is proving that. It's proving it. It's not a fucking thing, dude. That's a divine thing of the universe, the creator. Everything that we are, bro, is fucking revolves around. Everything's our own little solar system. Every molecule in our body. You look at the stars and shit revolves around shit. And there's protons and neutrons. The deeper you go into a microscope with fucking electrons, everything revolves around something, bro. And every time something else comes in, it reacts another way.
There's a nucleus, there's all those little things.
Infinitely.
Yeah.
Like, it's infinite. And that's what it is, dude. Like, that's what faith is derived from, is that when people deny in any way, shape, or form faith, and then they try to argue faith with science, it's like, dude, the people that dive into science the deepest have the most faith, because there's always somewhere to go, and you're always trying to figure out what makes what do what.
Yeah.
And there's a certain point where you just have to understand that the comprehension can only go so far. So do you want to believe in something and have faith in it? Just, just believe in it. Have faith. You can't understand it, but you know it's true. You've seen it. You witnessed it. But you don't have nothing to prove it. Or you can just deny it and just walk away and say, nope, not real, because I can't prove it. That's fucking crazy, dude. Like, that is the exact choice that makes you an optimist or a pessimist, and it makes you walk forward or walk away.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. I got fucking pumped right there, bro. I love that.
Dude, so did you see Tony Robbins was in the cage with Connor after that fight? So
Connor with Tony Robbins and everyone want to interview. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Dude, that was awesome, brother. And so Tony Robbins was in his corner. He kind of said it focused him. It gave him a newfound like focus and drive and dude, I really believe in that. Yeah.
Well, dude, he had to face himself, right? Like his coach said, he accomplished everything in the world. So what is he going to drive you now?
Yeah.
And dude, it when you see like people, like you can see people dying or some shit, and you'll see, dude, that like in any age form whatsoever, dog, they don't necessarily start bragging about their accomplishments. Never.
Yeah.
They're always talking about what they didn't do or what they wish they did.
Yep.
So in those moments, in his low of lows, he had to look at himself. He had to look at his child. He has another one being born. And he has to say, I'm going to look this person in the eye later in life. And they're going to say, Dad, did you go for it? In your heart, you're not going to say, oh, I did this time. No, you're going to remember where you let yourself down. You're going to remember where you lost your fucking potential. You're going to remember where you didn't try. And you're going to want to tell him, try when you're scared to, or anything like that. So he had to face himself.
Whatever kind of advice you can give him.
Did you give it your all? Did you live up to your full potential within your own eyes? Are you content with where you're at the tender age of 30 years old or 31 years old? Are you content with all that you've accomplished? No. He knew within himself in his heart. He surrounded himself by somebody like that spoke to him. And then all it is hearing shit at the right time. And then you apply it to yourself. Am I happy with what I've done?
Like you said, at the right time. I think
right
with his child being born, with where he was at, with all the lawsuits and all the money he's even had, like
his countrymen turned on him.
Everything. It was all the right time. And then, going to someone like Tony Robbins or whoever he could have went to that could have changed that, direction that he was in. But basically, it's all about timing. You go through things for a certain reason.
Yeah.
But you got to trust that in the right time that you're going to be able to figure things out. You need to, there's a certain timing to everything. If he would have waited another couple of years, who knows what would have happened.
And that's, speaking to that, the biggest truth in that I found, and what I love is understanding to surrender yourself, to not to understand that you don't ever know when it's time or when it's not time.
Yeah.
So you have to surrender to the free will of something. Is it your conscience? Is it your heart? Is it your dick? You know what I mean? Truthfully, that's the lust versus love. All those things play into that factor, dude. And, some people have to go through a low. Mm-hmm. Dude, some people just find it. They fucking,
they get lucky.
Or these fucking guys, they just know, and they went, bro. And that's why we admire them so much. Like, look at what he just does. He just wakes up and he just does this shit. So we as humans develop an admiration for that sense of free will and just to go for it. They're never asking. They're not questioning nothing. They're just fucking going, dude. Yeah. And that's what I'm obsessed. That's what I love seeing. Is you just go for it. And then seeing people come back from the lows of lows, and face themselves. And that's what I've always said. People that have like lived with their fucking demons, bro, they know how fun their demons can be. They know what it's like down there. So they got to be stronger than somebody that's never went that far, bro. You got to conquer that shit. You got to conquer that lust. You got to say, I'm not going to give into that lust, that temptation. I'm going to go for it. That's what he said with drinking and everything, dude. He's like, I didn't drink I didn't want to give up my whiskey. I fucking love it. You see him partying afterwards. He earned it. You remind yourself that, I can partake in my lustrous actions on the day-to-day with a small dose of greatness with a lot of risk for bad and consciousness and everything you wake up for, or I can shut it all fucking down, work my fucking ass off and earn that feeling again. And dude, some people are cool fucking living every day as a part or whatever they do. That's fucking tight.
Yeah.
But who are you? And that's what he fucking faced, who he was. And that's what you got to admire, you know, to be who he was, the success, the fucking money, the girls, everything he's involved with. And he decided, he understood that he loves the sport.
What bugs me is so many people turned on that guy and they were the same people.
I turned on him. Because you don't know what's going to happen. He fucking punched an old man in the face in a bar. Who knows?
No, really, I mean, but what I'm saying is so many people turned on him, but you got to remember when he was fighting Floyd, everyone's going to say everyone said he has so much money now that he's not going to care about fighting, or he's not going to do this or not do that. And that truthfully happened in front of our eyes. Mm-hmm. And people forgot that we said that was going to happen, you know? So knowing that's going to happen, why don't you help the guy out or welcome him back when he's actually trying?
But that's what I mean. At that point in time, just being around people that have been drug addicts and lost, or alcoholics, or in any way, shape, form, whatsoever, there's no amount of help that would have helped him. Nothing. Yeah. Nothing, dude. Because they gotta go there. They gotta. He had to choose to talk to Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Nobody is gonna tell him. Even if somebody told him, they could have told him for 10 years you talk to this guy. They could have told him for one day. And it doesn't matter if they told him for 1 day or 10 years. He woke up one day and he went and did it. He chose to fucking go and do it. And that's what everybody's got to face, is when you wake up yourself and choose to do it. And that's a timing thing, that you surrendering to whatever. Yeah. You know, you got to seek truth and just surrender to it.
Yep.
Whatever time it is in life.
Whichever way it leads you to. Yeah. You know, you never know.
If we're speaking on the subject, there was a very good principle that I come across recently. And it's related. You can tie it into so many different things like purgatory and all that shit, right? But what it is, it was actually in the book Benjamin Franklin. I'm reading. It's one of his biographies. But it's saying that what he chose to do is focus not on. He found fault within the Quakers, like their beliefs and their habits were good, but where he found fault within them was the fact that they focused too much on all the wrong that they did and all the sin. Mm-hmm. And he found that the better way to do it was not to focus on that, but to move forward and to pay everything forward into his community and to being a better person and learning the lesson. And that's like the basis of purgatory, is that if you do something wrong and all you think about is what you did wrong, you hold yourself in the wrong. And you just you're not better in life. You're not better in yourself. You're not better in other people. You are just living in a state of guilt. And that's contagious. And other people that live in the state of guilt, they becomes your community. That becomes your commune.
It destroys your family, your personality, everything. Yeah.
So moving, like fucked up. Let's go. You know, like I learned, you got to move forward, pay it forward. You know, whatever your vice is, it's easy to help other people. Like I think of it all the time with kids or anything like this, or like where, you know, like, man, I remember like one time I failed and my dad yelled at me, dude, and fucking just broke me down. That really hurt me. And then so you see another kid fail. Mm-hmm. And it's, you know, you say, hey, buddy, get up. It's all right. Yeah. You just paid it forward. You didn't focus on your failure. You focused on a solution. Yeah. And you made somebody else better because of it. Exactly. And that's what I like seeing. That's what I truthfully think. He's introspective enough. He's well calculated. He's an intelligent man. He's good at talking shit. Started drinking his own Kool-Aid. Got fucked up. Got millions of dollars. Doing coke. Banging bitches. Fucking drink. Dude, I'd have been way worse. I wouldn't have came back. Yeah. There's no way. So I respect him so much, because I'm like, dog, I cannot.
It's crazy.
I feel like there's very few of us that say that we could have come back from that type of cockiness and fucking arrogance.
No way I would have been able to.
Riches and bitches. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So that aspect, I don't care. You know, you can feel however you want, but that's what I mean. Like, people forget too. You can respect somebody without liking them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like him, but respect what the fuck he did, bro. That's real. That feat is real.
And nobody can take away his accomplishments, man. No matter what he does outside of the cage. And I mean, I understand all that reflects on who he who he is as a person in a way, but
not as a fighter.
At the same time, as a fighter and as a professional fighter, I mean, I'm sorry, you're supposed to be a badass. You're supposed to do those things. You're supposed to win double belts. You're supposed to call every motherfucker out, right?
That's the beauty of competition is in competition, it doesn't matter. The win or the loss is not contingent upon your actions outside of competition.
Yeah.
There's practice and stuff like that people are going to relate it to. But the fact is, there's motherfuckers. John Jones didn't practice at all. Went in there.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a fucking, look what the fuck he did. So, yeah, there's things outside the competition that can make you better or make you worse. But at the end of the day, if you got, and that's what people forget. It's somebody like, I like this song. Well, did you know he's a fucking liberal and that? Like, no, I didn't know because I just listened to the song and I like the song and I like the words of the fucking song, bro. I don't give a fuck what he does outside. It's a cool song. I like his guitar. He sings good.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what he does in his personal life.
Yeah.
Boom.
We opened a lot of fucking.
We went deep. We opened this wine, the cigar, the Michelob. Yeah. Fucking hard, bro.
The IPAs, yeah. It's crazy right now.
It's just fun, man. It's just like at a time, me and you sitting here bullshitting, dude. Like for the listeners out there, like me and Dave, we're doing this because we fucking love it. Listen to everybody that from my perspective, everybody that I admire, dude, they're doing shit because they like it. It's not you don't ever like there's all you ever hear about was somebody making it in any fucking way, dude, from extreme sports to fucking comedy to fucking the NFL to fucking marathon runners. All you ever see is their fame. And everybody's like, oh, when they caught their big break. Well, the reason they caught a fucking break is because they've been on the grind forever.
Yeah. If we were in it for the money, we would have been out a long time ago. I mean, we've never
started.
Yeah. I mean, it's we do it because we enjoy to do it. And I at that same Tony Robbins seminar, tying it all back, Adam Carolla was there, and he had a little speech on podcasting.
Yeah, Homicizer sucks in my area, Adam Carolla, fucker.
And Adam Carolla said, the first thing about podcasting is you got to be willing to do it for free. You got to enjoy it so much you're willing to do it for free. And that's the problem with a lot of people that get started. They're chasing the advertisements or chasing the dollars or, trying to do all this instead of realizing it's all about the fun.
Well, and it's representative of a lot of actions, right? Like you and I, bro, to be honest, right? With the listeners right now, I moved, me and Dave haven't hung out anymore. The most that we get to talk is right here on this podcast.
Yeah.
Makes us call. We fall out of it a little bit. We're kind of in touch. And it's like, hey, let's get this fucker going back again.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it, man. This is us.
Yeah.
And it forces us to sit down and interact in a way. And that's what a lot of things, whether you're working or not, choosing things that force you to deal with it. Once we get out of school, we're no longer forced. That's what happens, dog.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. I sat down. So like what I've been doing in the evenings, it's crazy, bro. And like, so I sat down, right. I try to read at the end of the night. I try to read like part of this book. And then like, I got a geometry book just because I've always loved math. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a little math at the end of the night. Just whatever. Keep the brain working, keep it sharp.
Yeah.
And I start reading this question. I'm like, this is stupid. This fucking book. It's fucking stupid. I'm like, it don't even know how to fucking ask me a question. And I'm reading it. I'm like, it's everybody. I'll circle that, circle that, circle that, circle that. There's 6 points. Circle 6 points. It's fucking, and I'm getting fucking pissed, dude. And I'm reading it. I'm like, I know this is fucking wrong. And I'm not going to go back and check the answers because I'm like, fuck that shit, dog. I fucking know how to do this fucking shit. And then like I slow down and then I read it. And then I'm like, oh, like I just read it wrong.
Yeah.
Like every word, like I read it out of context. So within that moment, I understood that, wow, I haven't actually, no teacher is grading me. No one's forcing me to understand the context of it. There's everybody on fucking line. Everybody's reading all these articles. I fucking think, when I fucking think that.
Yeah.
I read an article on 9 And this motherfucker says, okay, I fucking repeat it. Like, really, do you know the science behind any of that? Are you even able to comprehend a whole fucking paragraph, you fucking moron? You read a fucking headline and part of a paragraph, and suddenly you're a fucking expert? No, you don't even know how to make sense of the fucking sentence. I bet you can't even read it correctly and appreciate the punctuation. So, and that's how I talk to myself too, for all the listeners out there. So, and I'm not talking shit. Like, you can't. I am. But what I'm saying is, like, the moment we get out of school, we're no longer forced to sit down and especially with fucking dude. If we sit down around somebody we don't like, we can just pick up our fucking phone, bro, and be like, "You're tuned out." When previously we'd have to, like, figure out ways to deal with it. Exactly. Physically, to be like, I'm going to walk away now. Or, you might deal with them. And there's so many times. What story
do I bring up next? Dude, you get in that weird silence.
Well, there's a lot of, like, it's called Socratic questioning. And what it's based on is, like, a way to, like, when you think you're smart, right? Instead of saying everything, I'm horrible at this, especially when I'm drinking. But it's what you do is you instead of trying to say, like, well, clearly you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or really what happened was this or that. So it's a way to where you ask questions like, oh, you think that this does that. So what does that mean when this happens? And let them answer it. And then so you start to ask questions to get them to explain what they're saying, why they disagree, why they agree, why this, why that, and you're walking them through it. Yeah. And what can happen is maybe you let them prove your point, or you get through it and then you find out, oh shit, there's a different variable that I didn't know. So instead of looking like an asshole right now and trying to school this fool, there's another layer that I didn't know about.
You sound like a salesman. You're basically going down a whole sales process.
That's the point of selling, is how to make friends, influence
people. The more
people,
questions you ask, the more information you gather.
You put yourself in, how can I help you? What am I doing to help you? That's fucking life.
And then you'll you'll flush out the objection, whatever it is that's holding them back. You'll find out what that is.
You're going to go through these leaps and bounds. And meanwhile, you're not stepping on your own toes. You're not stepping on your own feet. You're listening. And it's a hard trait, especially if you're a confident person, to shut the fuck up and listen to somebody. But when you start to do it, and if you learn not to get so angry and pissed off at people, because you can then turn it into a game and you can have fun with it. Yeah. And you can walk away and smile.
Yep.
And that is what it is, and that's the truth, is like, we don't want, I'm fucking, I can be a rage machine, right? Like, I get fucking pissed, like, hear me, fuck, motherfucker, you don't even know how to read fucking paragraph, that's my fault. And, trying to mitigate, trying to step that down. Like, how the fuck do I do that, bro? Because, like, I don't want to fucking be that.
I mean, that's part of you, though, bro. I mean, that's just that's just how you are. There, I've worked for people, and sometimes somebody's got to be the asshole. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that, but yeah, well, some people need to have that. Yeah, there's a switch. There's some people it works for. I mean, and there's a yin and yang with it. You need to have those people around, so you get these good people coming out, and
understanding, like, the like, sales is a job. You got to understand titles, and that's what people are trying to throw away. People are all trying to act like, oh, we're all in the same. No, we're not.
No.
Like, a receipts person is never going to get along with the like a field operations person, because they're going, I got to get this fucking job done now. Like, okay, I forgot a receipt. Fuck you. And the receipt person's like, you don't understand. I can't do my job if I don't have a fucking receipt.
Yep.
And it's like, and you're like, those two people are never going to mesh. But you need the receipt lady to do her job.
Exactly.
So that type of person is always going to be that way. And you need the operation person to do their job. That type of person is always going to be that way. As a leader, you don't got to be the best receipt person. You don't got to be the best operations person. You have to learn how to delegate talents, and you basically, you recognize talents and you delegate responsibilities.
Yes.
And that's that's a different aspect. So each one of these people have their different talents and different attributes. They're never going to get along. You have to recognize that.
Yep.
And as a salesperson, you have to go into it. You have an objective, but you got to figure out, who are they? Are they a receipts person?
Yep.
Are they a fucking operations person?
Exactly.
Are they a fucking, this? Are they that? And it's good to be that, because if you want to be great, you have to be one thing. You can't be everything. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you got to embrace that. You got to figure out your fucking role and you got to go with it. Like, it's not, you know, the beauty of youth and school and growing up and going to college is you're figuring all this shit out. But sooner or later, you got to wake up and go, what the fuck am I going to be?
Yeah.
And you know, you accept that. And, you know, that's what fucking,
you know, it's crazy. That's one of the things I've
fire and
that's one of the things. Exactly. I've always struggled with that, picking that one thing, you know, and I found it a while back with it, you know, but at the same time, I still throw my irons in the fires and different little fires from, you know,
I mean, you know, it's the fun of it. Like, it's not saying that you can't throw irons in the fire no more. And then, you know, there's a point in time where you got to wake up and realize, okay, so this is my career, right? So like, fuck, dude, I gotta be, you know, this is who I gotta be. Like
John the plumber.
You know, you gotta be that guy.
Yeah.
You gotta be that guy. No, you can't be fucking listening to Eminem, sagging your fucking pants, wearing your fucking boots untied, fucking walking into a customer's house like, yo, what's up, motherfucker? I'm here to fix your fucking plumbing.
Yeah.
No, because your job, you gotta be fucking professional. When you leave your job, you can be that other person. And that's not the duality of mankind. It's called learning how to be a fucking professional.
Yeah.
Do your fucking job and then go have your personal stuff, because what you do on the outside is not supposed to be what you do on the inside.
Exactly.
Connor the fighter, I don't give a fuck as a person.
Yep.
The musician, I don't give a fuck about their politics. The fucking actor, I don't fucking care. You're an actor, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're not a real person.
No, I didn't say that. They're a real person, but
I mean, they're faking who they are all the time.
I fucking love Jumanji. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck what Matt Damon votes, you know, and you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's one of the things that bugs me nowadays is so many people care about those things. There's so many people, you know, online want to get on people over it. Yeah.
Well, there's such an agenda because everybody wants to fit in. Everybody wants to assimilate. People like to. There's a reason there's always been a mob mentality and a group mentality. People like getting in gangs like, oh yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, we feel good.
Yeah.
That's natural. We do it on fights when we choose a fighter, when we choose a football team, when we choose all those things. The two things that I don't agree with us doing that in, where we shouldn't have a mob mentality is your beliefs, your religious faith, whatever it may be, you know, your faith, your beliefs, and your fucking politics. Like, that's truthfully, that's for you, you know, and if you see something, you know, and you speak out and people want to follow you, but the whole principle behind all of that is it's never to let me trick you into thinking my way or fuck you for not thinking my way. Like, I don't, you know, and I'm sharing a belief in that right now. But the whole thing is like, it's kind of society functions better that way. You know what I mean? Like than hate. Otherwise you're acting out of hate. Instead of acting out of love for what you love, right? You begin to act out of hate for what you dislike. And then you make everyone else. So your mob that's following you, your team becomes based on hate and dislike.
Yeah. Instead of passion and love.
Exactly. Yeah. Passion. Express.
Yeah.
You know, live the freedom. If you believe that living this way exemplifies freedom, then exemplify freedom and let those that want freedom follow. If you believe that this is the best fighter in the world, then just follow him. And when he gets knocked out, you go, ooh, that hurt. You know, that's the point of it. You know, it's not chastising another for believing a different way.
No.
We've recognized sins and shit. It's like, dude, you can't just murder that dude for no reason. Okay, that's not cool, bro. That's inhumane. Like, that's psycho shit. We can't do that. Okay, you know.
And let's be real, Chad. How often do we have the same opinion on a fighter or a fight card? Or
not very often. But we're fucking friends, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what makes it interesting. That's 2 for 2.
What happened?
God damn, Chad. 2 for 2 on this episode.
I'm in the middle of like having to pee, dude. Fart, like
those chili dogs finally catching up with you, huh?
Catching up, dog.
Well, hey, brother, we better wrap this up, man.
How long are we going on this, bitch? How long were we?
We're what, an hour and a half already?
Oh, dude, it fucking flew by. I love you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I felt like it was like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Fucking A, man. Fun. Well, this Skype thing is just it's the next level. I could see, dude, I see my man Dave. I'm looking at my man Dave right now.
It changes everything,
just listening, but I feel like if you just watch it, you just take it in, you just, you know.
Dude, I got some exciting things
coming. It's like
coming.
smelling a pizza roll versus tasting it.
Yeah. Once I get this garage cleared out, man, I got some cool little things I'm going to set up for this camera thing.
Fucking
and it's going to look pretty sick. So I'm very excited for the future, man. Excited for these upcoming episodes. We got a lot of big things going on, Chad.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Always go like us on Facebook, Center in the Saint. Listen to our Lipson page.
For listeners out there too, please share the Facebook page. Tell your buddies about it. If anything, get them to subscribe or something. Just spread the word. You know, we've got a back catalog now. This is episode 40, I believe.
40, yeah.
40, and so go back, look, man. The first two were, we were starting in the garage. We went into a studio for a while. Shit,
we're recording them on a phone.
Yeah. Now we're back to a phone, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Making it happen,
in a way,
man. But drop back, listen to some. Please tell your friends, and just give us a listen, spread the word, and let everyone who's down for it be down for it, man. We appreciate it, truly.
And we're gonna get into some other things, man. We got music and comedy, and we know all types of people. We're not just gonna stick into the fighters and the fighting for everyone.
Well, and we're gonna start having more guests on. It's just that it's the craziness of everything going on, but we're gonna ride this tide. We're gonna ride this high, just like you guys heard us going off about, man. And ride it with us. That's what we're saying.
Absolutely.
Get after it. Fucking get down. Whatever your fucking get down is, man. You fucking, you know what I mean? You fucking sew quilts. Needle and thread.
Needle and thread. Sew those quilts in the needle and thread.
Sew those quilts in the needle and thread.
I'ma sew those quilts to the day I'm dead.
Damn, bro.
Oh man, brother, I love you, man, and everybody, thanks for listening and downloading the podcast. We're out.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later, man.
Later, bro.
I love you, man.